Europe is home to some of the richest, most developed, and most influential countries in the world. It has massive economies, advanced technology, global companies, and a long history of shaping global events. So it might seem strange that, despite all of that, Europe doesn't have a single modern superpower comparable to the United States or China. The reason comes down to how power is structured across the continent. Instead of being concentrated in one country, Europe's strength is divided among many. Countries like Germany, France, and the United Kingdom are all powerful in their own ways, but none of them individually match the scale needed to dominate globally. Germany has the largest economy in Europe, but it has historically avoided building a dominant military presence. France has strong military capabilities and global influence, but a smaller economy than the largest powers. The UK remains influential, especially in finance and diplomacy, but its scale is still limited compared to global superpowers. Each country has pieces of power, but none have all of them combined at the highest level. The European Union is often seen as a solution to this fragmentation, but it isn't a country. It's a political and economic union made up of independent states, each with its own government, priorities, and interests. While the EU can coordinate trade, regulation, and some policy, it cannot act as a fully unified global power in the way a single nation can. Decisions often require agreement between many countries, which slows action and leads to compromise. That makes it harder to respond quickly or project power consistently on the global stage. Military structure is another key factor. Unlike the United States or China, Europe doesn't have one unified military force. Instead, each country maintains its own army, navy, and air force. NATO provides collective defense, but it relies heavily on the United States for leadership and capability. This means that even though Europe has significant combined military strength, it is not centralized or independently coordinated at the level needed for superpower status. There are also differences in national priorities. European countries don't always agree on foreign policy, defense spending, or global strategy. What matters most to one country may not matter to another. These differences make it difficult to act as a single unified force in international politics. Superpowers require consistency and alignment, and Europe often operates through negotiation and compromise instead. Economic structure plays a role as well. Europe is highly developed, but its growth is generally slower compared to rising powers like China or India. Aging populations in many countries create additional challenges, putting pressure on long-term economic expansion and workforce growth. While Europe remains wealthy, maintaining and expanding global influence becomes harder without strong, sustained growth. That said, Europe is far from weak. As a whole, it has enormous economic power, global cultural influence, and strong institutions. But that power is spread across multiple countries and systems rather than concentrated in one dominant state. So the reason Europe has no superpower isn't because it lacks strength, it's because its strength is divided. Instead of one country combining economic, military, and political power at a global scale, Europe operates as a collection of strong but separate nations, and that structure limits its ability to act as a single superpower.